Hey, it's Tom from Pack Hacker, and in this video we're taking a detailed look at the Ekster Key Holder, which I've been testing over the course of the last 2 weeks. If you like this video, make sure to like it and subscribe to our channel so we can keep bringing you more videos to help you find the best gear. Let's dive in. So why would you want a key organizer? Basically, when you have a lot of keys to organize. I've got 5 here that I use in my daily life for various purposes, but if you have like 1 or 2, it's probably not worth it. You could probably just go with like a regular ring. The Ekster Key Organizer is much smaller than a lot of other organizers out there, and I'll show you what I mean a little bit later on in this video. But basically the way it works is you have 2 little bars on the side, and then you can tighten and loosen this top part in order to take this clamp off and then remove these from one another. There's also an additional metal keyring that you can pop on the top, which I dig. So here it is with my car keys, I've got that, and then some keys that I don't have all the time. I just put down here like a storage key and my bike key. So I take them off like if I'm not riding my bike or whatever, something like that. But there's a couple of negatives with this thing as well. So the first negative is that this thing, for me, has come off one time without me intending. It just kind of got stuck in my pocket and I was able to pull out only half of the key ring instead of the full thing. So anytime you're dealing with magnets, it's not always the best contact, and sometimes it can come out without you wanting to. That wasn't quite as bad as this key ring here, where I actually lost on 2 separate occasions. The keys easily fell out. So the way that this ring is set up, you can kind of push it to the side like that, and then keys can fall out. So that hasn't been the greatest experience. A lot of people try to reinvent the key ring, which is just this regular one here, but it's very hard to do. There's a reason why this design is so well accepted across, because it holds keys together, you know, for the most part, unless it's like loose and old. So I have had that on occasion with this key ring, have it kind of pop off here, which I did not love. And then this thing overall has been good up here at top, but I did at one point had it loosen up a little bit, and I just had to tighten it back up. So there's a bit of finickiness when it comes to using this thing. It requires a little bit of maintenance, which may or may not worth it depending on, you know, how the small size feels to you. The keys are also solid. It's worked relatively well, but it gets a little awkward on some of these keys, which I have that are larger. The standard male key has the ability to rotate very, very far, like to the edge there. But some of these bigger keys that I have can kind of get stuck. So if I'm looking to open up a door, a lot of key rings will let you do a 180 or a more of a rotation. So the key can be up here at the front that you're using, and then these keys can be all the way in the back, like in a sleeve. But to do that 180-degree rotation on this, you have to put these side by side, and it is a little bit weird to like hold these in your hand while you're unlocking your door. That said, the size is very small and I do dig it. Also comes with an optional smart tracker here, and it's also like a flashlight. I found it to be decent, but I didn't really love the way it felt, and I wanted to use the extra space on here for an extra key, but it is quite thin. You can see how it would kind of fit on there and flip out. So it's a tracker and a flashlight. I like AirTags a little bit better. I think they're more robust, a little bit better made, but your mileage may vary based on what you want to use. Comparing this to a couple of other key organizers, I want to give you an idea of what else is out there and the different types of styles. So starting with the easiest, the Smart Tracker, the AirTag you can see is thicker. You have to put it on like a separate keychain accessory if you want to put it onto your keys, but it is a little bit, there's less length to it. So it's just depending on the size you want to carry. It's less integratable with a key organizer, if that makes sense. It's just a little too fat, and there's no flashlight on it. But I like it a little bit better in terms of the feel of it. I feel like I might break this one. It feels like kind of plasticky. So I'll set these to the side for now. You can see that the actual Ekster key organizer itself is quite a bit smaller compared to the rest that we have here. The only one that's smaller is this little mini organizer from KeySmart, which you can see is just kind of this band that goes around. And they both have a similar issue of the keys not being able to be rotated, like full rotation going around the whole thing. They kind of get blocked by either the top here or the top here on the Ekster. But this is another option if you want something very, very small. Haven't tested this a ton, but we do dig it. It comes with little spacers. Forgot to mention earlier that we do have spacers on the Ekster as well. These little kind of rubber gaskets that work in between these keys to give it a little bit of flexibility and a little bit of space. So if you can see it there, those black rubber gaskets are between all of those. And here's what I'm talking about with the rotation. So this is from Jibbin and Orbit Key. These are very, very similar. Orbit Key is my #1 favorite at the moment in making this video. But you can see that I can get a 360-degree rotation with keys and multi-tools. So I keep my keys in the back, just pull the one out I want to use, and it's more of like a natural grab. Whereas with the Ekster, the key you want to use is going to be here. It's a little less of a natural grab, especially if you have this top magnetic piece here as well. A couple of others just to consider for comparison. This one's from Bellroy. This one kind of has that similar, only like 180-degree access, maybe like 270. Flipping out, it doesn't go all the way around because there's leather there. And then we have Key Smart, which is a little bit larger in plastic, but this also has a flashlight here as well. And remember, the Ekster Smart Tracker has that flashlight here on the top too. So there you have it, the Ekster Key Holder. Thanks for giving me here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel, and we'll see you in the next video.